mostly on section 10.
Section 10.
Oh, it's all over section 10. All complaints from residents, property owners, and town managers shall be referred directly to the city manager. That's one of them, or more, but then, what about?
I printed mine out, and I think that it may not have gotten
I can't find any of that.
printed out.
It's good, the city clerk printed mine out, so she's screwed.
Council members, commissions, committee members, and staff shall not comment adversely on any town employee with any constituent, even in the event of a constituent asks what he or she thinks. You know, I'm not gonna have all those rules applying.
So I
It's
guess,
not- it's not
I
very
guess,
simple.
so what I want to find out is what you're reading.
I'm reading.
Okay, what you're reading, is that what has been changed, or is that exactly what was approved that we've had? And I didn't bring my other
A lot
little
of these things
copy.
have changed. You know, there's this thing in the United States,
Nothing's gonna change.
the Constitution, that talks about free speech. And it seems to me it overrides all of those kind of constraints.
Because I've got the
Absolutely,
purchasing
unfortunately, it
policy
does not.
in here.
What?
It does not,
Is it
straight
before or
away,
after
no.
the
You
purchase?
cannot walk in, Jim, you can't walk into a crowded theater and yell
Oh,
fire.
that's, you know,
And
that's
that's
the most
where-
ridiculous,
and
that's
that's where it's-
the most
It
ridiculous
starts
comment
there.
I've ever had.
The city council can create its own rules of conduct, and that, they can't stifle you from talking to people, but they can stop you from talking to employees, because those aren't people.
See, all I have is
I'm
the
gonna
rules of
talk to
procedure
employees.
He's looking
That's
at
between
page
you and your
11
council members.
of
of
the
the
handbook.
handbook. You
The
start
city
handbook.
code, the city code currently says you cannot talk to the city employees about what they see.
Ah.
The
Well,
city
I'm
code-
not gonna be,
Ah,
I'll
here it
tell you right
is.
now.
I can see it.
That
Yeah.
is,
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to the employees. If I feel like talking to employees, I'm not gonna go through anybody. I think it's a very dangerous thing to stop us talking to people.
and that section, Madam Mayor, is actually taken directly from the existing
Right.
2009
Okay.
Code of Conduct.
Well, it's
It's
exactly
incorporated into the-
I think that, Jim, what it's in a different format than what has been presented to us, you
Page
know,
11.
it's on page 10.
Yeah,
It's, it's called the Preamble Code of Ethics and Conduct. Public officers owe an undivided duty to the public they serve and are not permitted to place themselves in a position that will subject them to conflicting duties or expose them to the temptation of acting in any manner other than the best interest of the public. Town officers may not, under any circumstances, use their official position to their own benefit or for the benefit of anyone except the town itself. Nor
That's not a very good.
may they represent the town in any transaction in which they are personally interested in obtaining advantage. Okay, so do we all agree with that? And here, it says, below is the Town of Atherton's approved Code of Conduct Policy Number 2.1, the preamble. And in fact, we have some of this preamble printed on some of our publications that we send out, as far as That's a Wrap or other communications, that the citizens of Atherton are entitled to have fair, ethical, and accountable local government, which has earned the public's full confidence for integrity. Do we agree with that?
Well, I'm gonna talk about 100.11.
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Council members should not publicly criticize the city manager or staff, but shall discuss any concerns about the city manager and staff at the closed session of the city council.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna agree to that.
Bill, you got a suggestion?
I'm not gonna agree to that. So we can look at this any way we
That's
want.
only,
I'm just telling you right now, a lot of those things I'm not gonna agree to, no matter what
You
the
know,
city council.
this has been in effect since,
They're already been agreed to.
it's all, you've already agreed to it because you
Well,
already
know what?
agreed to it.
I've never.
Seen
ever
it?
Accepted it because I have always talked to the employees. So no matter what is written, I've never behaved in that way, and I'm not gonna change my.
Gosh,
Can I-
I'm really
can-
sorry
can I-
to hear
can-
that,
can I
because
make
I
a-
think that that's not
Well,
how
you're
we are
sorry.
supposed to.
You're
Well, I'm
to
very
like me,
sorry
You know,
that, you're making this.
I have been a
such
very positive force in this town,
Mm,
and frankly, I've never really had a big problem in talking to employees until George came. And, he doesn't want me talking to the employees, told me that, he doesn't want me saying things to employees, and, you know, I'm just.
I have to respectfully disagree. You can talk, as I mentioned at the workshop, you can talk with any employee that you want at any time you want, any council member can do that. What the concern is when you engage employees in political discussions or put them in awkward positions with respect to their supervisors.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, that's the only objection.
I don't think I've ever done that.
And so
Even though
if
you
you've never
said
done
I've
that, then that's fine, you know?
I won't, but George said I've done that.
But why don't, if I could make a
Sure.
suggestion.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of document here,
yeah,
and some of it's new, some of it's new, I mean, like the rules of order, I mean, that's there, I mean, somebody
The-
can go, but we, you know, we
the
got a lot of
rules of
stuff.
procedure is exactly the same,
But,
it's
but all I
old.
can say is this, is it possible, since Teresa was the lead on this, that
Mm-hmm.
we could edit this thing and get the information back to Teresa in the interest of time,
Mm-hmm.
and then Teresa would then maybe give us a summary of this is by person or something?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
because we're not gonna finish this document in 2 minutes.
No,
No,
and actually, you know, I think
intend to
that
keep
what
it
would
short.
have been helpful is if we'd had like a redlined version
Yeah.
of it. You know, like we had the redline version
Well,
of it.
the handbook's brand new.
There's no changes.
There's no changes.
There's no changes, this is new.
Brand new.
Well, we're looking at it now, so let's go ahead and
Right.
get everybody's
The
input.
code of
and
conduct
get
is
this
the
off the
same
table.
as it's
And then-
always been.
The handbook's brand new.
And the handbook is accomplished
it's the
because
same or not.
the Rosenberg's of order is included in it.
Mhm.
The purchasing policy is
Identical.
not been changed, it's just been integrated into it. So you should be very familiar with that.
So, but it would be helpful to
Getting ready
have,
to go. I mean,
it would be helpful to have the
Shutting down.
feedback
Yeah.
individually, so
I'm with
provided
you.
that would be helpful.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie and I have.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Motion to move.
No, we've got 2 minutes. So,
I think we should do that.
I think that this was a very good first study session. We got a lot of information from the public, we got a lot of information and ideas from our colleagues. Can I open for public comments about this last topic, the council handbook and commission committee resolution? Any member want to say
I'm still
something?
perplexed a little bit about the committees and the chair and the vice chair. If you compare it to San Francisco or other places like that, where the council members are the chairs. I just don't know, I have to think about
San
that.
Francisco
That's a
is a
little
city and
different.
county with a totally different flavor.
Yeah.
It's not a general law city.
It's not a charter, is it a
It's
charter?
a charter, it's a charter city and county, the only one in California.
Okay, I'm
Has its
gonna,
own rules.
no, one more minute. So, thank you, Greg, and Bob, thank you for coming, and
We said no more than 2 hours. We didn't say the meetings are gonna last exactly 2 hours, because I would not have agreed. I'd like to, well, we've got 1 minute. Having these meetings on Wednesdays, we have the council meetings on Wednesdays. And, you know, as some of you know, I occasionally have to travel out of town. I can maybe sometimes delay my travel or take a red eye or something like that if we have the meetings on Mondays. Wednesdays, it's like it shoots the whole week. And so I will miss more meetings than I wouldn't.
mm,
Can I argue
You know.
against Mondays though? Because I do a lot of contract work for other cities, and one of the things that I do is, there are more Monday holidays than any other day.
All in those cases, we have it on Tuesday.
Because what happens is, if they fall on a Sunday, if the holiday falls on a Sunday, like the
Right.
4th of July is on Sunday,
Yeah.
it automatically kicks to Monday.
Correct.
And so now that creates a problem, and if you kick it to Tuesday, now you've thrown off the regular dates, you have to call it a special meeting, which I'm told they're
So-
trying to avoid, so.
Tuesday, would
What-
Tuesday work?
Well, you don't have to decide that, you can't actually decide it this evening.
I just was bringing it up.
Okay.
I'll put a resolution on the July agenda, because you're gonna be adopting study sessions as regular meetings.
Okay,
So you'll be able to pick at that point whether you want them on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Tuesdays. So that'll be on the
Wednesday's
July
is just in
agenda.
the middle.
okay. Thank you. I'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Thank you all. So we're all adjourned at 7 o'clock. Adjourned.